This letter was not written to be impressive. It was written to be true. It carries reflection, growth, and accountability. It speaks to the moments before understanding and the courage required to continue forward. This is the letter.
This letter is a confession, not an announcement, not a performance, just the truth. Before I learned how to love someone else, I had to admit something to myself. I was not ready in the ways that mattered most. I wanted connection without preparation. I wanted peace without discipline. I wanted love without accountability. I had learned how to survive, but I had not learned how to love. I carried habits that looked like confidence but were really fear. I carried patterns that felt familiar but were slowly breaking me. I carried wounds I never named and then wondered why I kept bleeding on people who did not deserve it. The becoming started when I stopped running from that truth. It did not happen all at once. There was no moment where everything suddenly made sense. It happened quietly. It happened when I chose to listen instead of defend, when I chose growth instead of comfort, when I chose honesty instead of excuses. I had to admit that some of the ways I showed up in love were shaped by what I lacked, not by what I believed. I confused attention with affection. I confused desire with readiness. I confused being needed with being loved. And I had to unlearn all of it. The becoming required me to sit with God and ask questions I was afraid of. Questions like, why do I love this way? Why do I avoid this feeling? Why do I repeat this pattern even when it hurts? I learned that love does not start with chemistry. It starts with character. Love does not grow in chaos. It grows in consistency. And love does not heal what we refuse to confront. I am not perfect. I am aware. I am not niched. I am faithful to the work. I am not who I was, but I am responsible for who I am becoming. This letter is my confession that healing is not optional. Growth is not extra. Preparation is not punishment. It is protection. And if you are listening to this, maybe you are in your own becoming. Maybe you are tired of repeating the same cycles. Maybe you are tired of relationships that start strong and end the same way. Maybe you are tired of pretending you are ready when deep down you know there is still work to do. If that is you, you are not alone. This letter is not the end. It is the beginning. In the next love letter, I will talk about what happens after the becoming. What happens when growth meets commitment. What happens when healing meets responsibility. What happens when love stops being an idea and becomes a decision. If these words resonated with you, stay connected. Like this message. Subscribe for more love letters. And stay tuned for the next confession. Because the becoming is only the start.